Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So we have an inflation report shocker. At least that's the title of the article that I'm going to leave down in the description for you. I don't know how many people are truly shocked by the Federal Reserve's monetary policy, but the idea that inflation was going to come down to 2% and that was the Federal Reserve's goal would then leave you in the belief that this is very shocking. Now, for those of us who have been following the credible threat theory, which is the theory that I have developed over the last few years, it makes perfect sense to why it is that we are experiencing the things that we are experiencing within the economy today. Because the Federal Reserve is not trying to get to a 2% target. Their monetary policy is attempting to achieve inflation rate that is moderately above 2%. With a 2% target on the long run, meaning that they are not going for a 2% target, but going for an average inflation rate. In fact, they state it as a flexible average inflation targeting, with no mathematical formula for figuring it out. So when I see articles like the one down in the description, it now just proves to me more than ever that the credible threat theory is more accurate than any other. So when we think about what it is that the Federal Reserve communicates, that is the monetary policy. What it is that the narrative has the markets believing, that is what they are controlling. They use their communications. They have a way of providing that communication to a broad range of people, not just those who are listening, but those who are not listening also get the information. It's a massive Psyops game that is really apparent once you have understood and internalized the credible threat theory. The Federal Reserve is using their words. It was back in 2001 that Ben Bernanke gave a speech that stated they will run out of monetary policy through the use of interest rate adjustments, but that would be okay. And that they have other tools that they can use. He goes on to describe this tool as a gold machine, a hypothetical gold machine. That if an individual was to create this hypothetical gold machine, have it scientifically verified and proven, the price of gold on the market would plummet. Knowing that he could produce as much gold at will with very little cost or energy, the price of gold would plummet, even before he produces a single ounce of gold. That right there, that sort of use of communication is how they are operating today. And once you recognize it, once you see it, once you know that they are going for inflation that is moderately above 2%, that they're going for a 2% average inflation rate over time, that they are making up for the fact that they failed to achieve inflation during the quantitative easing 1, 2, 3, and 4, which had a 2% target that never was quite made, they never quite made it to. So this is the makeup for the fact that they were failing to achieve a 2% target for the previous 10 years. Seeing this strategy, understanding it for yourself, will then give you a much clearer and better understanding of what it is that you need to do for yourself. How it is that you need to position yourself for your retirement, for your business, for your savings, for your investments. Okay. This is the information that you are really looking to have for a real strategy, is to understand what it is that the Federal Reserve is doing from their own words, not from these people who have no clue. They have no idea on what it is that the Federal Reserve is trying to do. We have shown through many documents, many videos, hundreds of hours of live streams, talking about how it is that the Federal Reserve is controlling the narrative in order to conduct monetary policy. If it is not more the case today, then I don't know what is. This is obvious now. Stick with us. If this is the first time you've ever seen an Uneducated Economist video, go and check out some of the videos that we have done talking about the credible threat theory. Become a member of the channel. It's $1 a month. There is member-only live streams that we have done that clearly communicate everything about the Fed's strategy. Once you hear it, once you see it, it takes a minute, right? Because you have to really all of a sudden take away everything that it is that you had thought was real about what you had learned and realize that it was all false. That they used your understanding of the Federal Reserve against you. Once you recognize it, once you see it for yourself, you can't unsee it. It becomes so apparent. Very much like it is today for me. Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.